This trick is so easy, anyone can use it. You can just walk up to someone and you could have one of the best conversations of the night with this one simple thing.
It's gonna be a good day, great day with Myka Meier.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you the #1 conversation trick that I use all the time so you can talk to anyone. You go to a party, you're at a networking event for business, you're on a date and you don't know what to say, not only how to start conversation, but how to keep it going, which can equally be as hard. So today we're going to talk about the #1 trick that I personally use that I'm going to share with you. It's part of the Meier method, which is a series of formulas that I use in my book to help you navigate everyday life. The WWHD stands for what, why, how, and compliment. So what does that actually mean? It's pretty simple. All you do is when you're talking to someone, you start asking a question that starts with the word what. The next question you ask them starts with the word why. The next, you guessed it, how, and then you compliment the person. Okay, so let's imagine you're at a party and you see someone you want to talk to and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to start conversation. All you have to do is walk up to the person. Maybe you've been introduced already, maybe you're standing in front of them, introduce yourself, and then you start the process. Now your first question simply has to be open-ended. So how do you know the host? Then the person will answer and say, well, we work together and so I'm just here with a couple of my colleagues. Whatever it is, it doesn't even matter, just something to start conversation that's an open-ended question. So here's where you start the first part of the formula, what? So all I have to do is ask a question. It could be any question, but it has to start with what? So maybe it is, so what is Tom like at work? So then your second question would start with a what? Why? Why? So then I might say to Tom, so why did you end up going into the digital industry? What is it exactly about it that made you interested in going into that as a career? And it doesn't even matter what the person says in response or what question you started with, or really, it doesn't even matter what you're really asking them as long as it's starting with what and then why. Next one, how? So maybe Tom says, it was something that I was always interested in since high school, and then I studied it in college, and I just thought it was kind of the future of communication, so that's why I went into digital marketing. And then you would say, so how have you found it challenge-wise? Or you could say, how do you see your career progressing as the digital space changes? It doesn't even matter what you're asking, as long as it starts with how. So let's say then Tom says, I definitely think as the industry changes, people are going to be using digital communications more and more, so I think I chose the right career in the way that it's advancing and it's only going to expand in the way that I get to kind of utilize my skill set. Again, doesn't matter what Tom says. The next thing you do, what, why, we've already said how, then you want to compliment the person. So then I might say, that's so incredible that you were able to see that early on in your career and start from, an early age to kind of jump into such an amazing industry that's only going to be growing. That's, amazing, bravo. Whatever it is that you're saying to Tom, it doesn't matter as long as you give him that compliment. Now the compliment is pretty important because you don't want the person to catch on that you're drilling them with questions. It's almost like if you've ever been in a conversation with somebody and they're just asking you so many questions, it feels like sometimes a little bit overbearing. So you're throwing in that compliment to soften that question load. Obviously compliments feel nice. And then after you're done, you go back to the W, the first W, what? So maybe after my compliment, then Tom says, thank you, that's so kind. And I say, so what? So what do you think are the next kind of challenges you might be facing in your career? Or what do you think is your dream job following where you are now? It doesn't matter. It's that simple. Then you would go what, why, how. Now, typically speaking, in conversation, somebody is probably asking you questions back and forth. A good conversationalist really is inquisitive. They genuinely want to know about that other person, what they're doing. So typically speaking, they will be asking you a question back and forth again, so it makes it even a little bit easier for this process. I'm giving you the worst case scenario that the person doesn't ask you any questions back and you just keep having to bring the conversation to the next level. Okay, so maybe you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is easy. I'm on a good, roll here. I'm gonna throw in something that's not in Myka's WWHC. I'm gonna go with a where, a question that starts with where. So you might say to Tom, so where do you live? And then Tom might answer, Chelsea. Meow. Because what just happened was Tom answered with a one-word answer. So that's the problem with where. It really allows somebody to just say one word in response. So what, why, and how are questions that actually elicit a much longer response, which gives you time and more content to think of your next question. So be careful. I know you feel like that conversation is going good. You wanted to throw in that where, but or a question that didn't kind of fall in the WWHC, but that's why we stick to the Meier method, WWHC. It's foolproof. All right, everybody, I hope that was helpful. I personally use this trick all the time. I'm constantly in situations where I need to meet new people, or I'm hosting somebody or clients, or in a situation where I'm the only person at a party and I don't know anyone and I have to start conversation and then keep it going. I will do a video on how to literally start conversation, 10 topics you can bring up. That's coming soon. But in the meantime, practice this literally whenever you're out. It's something that's so easy, anyone can do it. You can start today. It could be something you use online, it could be something you use in person. Be confident, have fun, and start networking. Now, don't forget to click subscribe so you're the first to get all my new videos and information. Thank you for liking and sharing, and I'll see you all next time.